Friends, welcome. I'd like to share one last meditation with you on Christmas Eve. This is a Christmas themed meditation, but it's also a love themed meditation because that's what Christmas is all about. One of my favorite passages at the Christmas season is from the first chapter of the Gospel of John, where the writer says, "The Word became flesh and dwelt among us." I love that. The Word became flesh and dwelt among us. Well, which word? That vibratory word, that invisible word that made all things flesh. And that's what we celebrate in the birth of Jesus, is that invisible source of love, that invisible love that is all things, uh, became flesh, became visible, became manifest. And that's really our task today, is to make visible that love in this world in real, tangible ways. You know, a story that one of my mentors deeply told me recently deeply touched me. She was telling me about a friend of hers who, is a regular meditator and really had some health issues for a number of years. And during that time, she wasn't able to do much, but she had this thought where she said, God, there aren't many people in this world that love you. And so if I can't do much, I can be one of those people that love you. And so this Christmas, that's one of the things that Jesus invites us to. No matter what you do, just be someone that loves God and that loves life, because that's the great commandment of Jesus, was to love God with all our heart, mind, soul, and strength. That invisible, however you define God, but that invisible source of all that is, and then make that love real and tangible by loving your neighbor as you love yourself. So let's have a short meditation to focus on that love, on that word become flesh. So I invite you to get comfortable in your bodies. Take some nice deep breaths. Feel like you can straighten the spine, shoulders back, hands at the juncture of thighs and abdomen, chin parallel to the floor, and just observe the breath without controlling it. Feel like you can bring your attention to the point between the eyebrows. It's the prefrontal lobe of the brain, center of higher awareness, higher consciousness, sometimes called the spiritual eye or even the Christ center, because that's the place that Jesus came from, being fully connected to God. You see, all of us are fully connected to God all the time. We're just not always aware of it. So what we do in meditation is to become aware of that. So when you just have that soft inner gaze, not a scrunched gaze, but a soft inner gaze at the point between the eyebrows, you're reconnecting to that higher awareness that you are always connected to the divine source. The only thing that separates us is the thought of being separate. So as you breathe, just become aware of the full length of the inhalation and the full length of the exhalation, without controlling the breath in any way. And just allow yourself to connect to that source of love. During this meditation, there's nothing you need to do. Just be a person that loves God and that loves all manifestations of God, every single one. That's why Jesus' life was so powerful, because of how deeply he manifested that love. And that's why we celebrate his birth. Not only because he manifested that love, but because he invited us to do the same. And he knows we are capable of that. The Word became flesh and dwelt among us. Remember that famous quote from Saint Teresa: Christ has no hands on earth now but yours, no feet but yours. May we connect to that mind, that consciousness of Christ, so that we might be the hands and the feet and the heart of Christ in this world. Let's just take a little bit of silence to be still and know and connect to that inner source of love that we're always connected to. Just love God. That's enough. Just love. That is enough. Take a couple final breaths. Give thanks for that love that's within and all around you. Remember, you can return to that love through your awareness of breath at any time. Let's take a final breath, coming back to body awareness. And in your own time, you can slowly open your eyes. Thank you, friends, for joining me. Merry Christmas.